But it drove me nuts when during COVID you were talking about exercise and losing weight and
No
vitamin
sugar,
D, and
no sugar.
no sugar, and everyone was trying to
Crazy person.
assassinate you.
Crazy
and I'm like,
person.
He's just saying diet and exercise. Why does that make him the bad guy?
But I also was saying that what they didn't do, shame on them, was ever have the balls to say to Americans who were dying, the things you're dying from are old age, which you can't do anything about, and obesity, which you can.
Right.
But we're too fucking scared to say to you, if Ozempic had come along a couple of years earlier, they could have been there. But we were still in the, you can be healthy at any weight insanity.
We were in the Lizzo fat stage.
Lizzo looks great in her bikini.
Right,
I remember seeing that headline. And you know what? Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. You can think Lizzo looks great in a bikini.
No,
I'm a little different.
No, you cannot. Not if you drive that Ram truck. You cannot.
No, but some people do. But science is not in the eye of the beholder.
I agree.
From the people who are like, we're the science people, but him the science.
Well, listen, doctors traditionally have told you the same thing for the last 40 years. They'd go, quit smoking, lose weight. Now they're just quit smoking and you do you.
Well, now they say quit smoking and do Ozempic.
Right.
Because suddenly the body positivity thing, oh, I don't remember ever. Yeah, you said it all the time. Now you don't say it because you have Ozempic. So you can actually do what I was saying all along, which is lose weight.
Right.
Because the body is not listening to your nonsense. The body is following what the body follows, which is biology.
I have an Ozempic issue that I'm curious.
Oh, I got many.
If you agree with it or not. I have a problem with it in that, and most people go, well, so what? You know, you lose the weight, it's important. Oprah tells you, you know, it's a genetic thing and you got to do it. You got to listen. Why do we listen to Oprah? But all right, she's going to tell you whatever. I have a problem that's not about weight. It's more about discipline. I believe that an important part of life is discipline. And everybody I know who's successful has discipline. And everyone historically who's ever been successful, they get up, they do their homework, they show up.
There are exceptions, and they're called musicians.
Right.
Musicians do not need discipline.
But listen.
They don't even have to go on stage nearly at the hour that they said they were going to. And people still put up with it. They can show up 3 hours fucking late because they were watching a football game that they did not want to miss.
Yes, Axl Rose can show up that late. That is true.
He's hardly the only one who's done that.
That is true. But at some point, they sat in their basement and practiced the guitar for 11 hours a day.
Yeah, they did.
And they had that, and now they can do it drunk and late. But they can still, there was a discipline. And to me, discipline is super important in life. It really helps. It helps kids, it helps adults. It's everything good out of life sort of comes from delayed gratification and discipline. And diet and exercise is really the daily discipline reminder. If you really think about you know, if you think about, I'm climbing Mount Everest, all right, but that's a once-in-a-lifetime discipline, you know, or I'm going to get my pilot's license or some other thing. That's a discipline, or there's boot camp in the Marines. But diet, every single day you wake up and you go, God, I'd love some Pop-Tarts. And then a little voice in your head goes, no, don't do it. Don't do it. You know what I mean? And that's you exercising discipline. And
do you keep Pop-Tarts in the house?
No, I wouldn't bring them in the house, but I will tell you this. And one more reason to hate.
Do you keep Pop-Tarts in the house? I want answers to these questions, God damn it.
Just the fruity ones, never the chocolate.
These are the hard-hitting questions that you get on this show.
I'll tell you, Bill.
Do you keep Pop-Tarts in the house?
Not like you're ever going to have any fucking kids, but one more reason not to have kids is Pop-Tarts will be in the house. And when you have fucking kids, you open the pantry and you see a line of Pop-Tarts and breakfast cereals and cookies and s'mores, and you just go, oh my God. And then you open You open the fridge and it's all the pizzas and Italian takeout and pasta and all the carbs and all the shit you're not supposed to eat. Fruity, it's all there.
I had Fruity Pebbles in my pantry once.
Well, that was my
girlfriend.
Yes, yes, that's the kids in the pot. That's not okay. So you open the fridge at night and you'll find a whole pizza in there that they ate, half of early, and then
But they can get away with it because
they can, but you're there,
right.
And you had a drink and you're starting to look at those Pop-Tarts in a real loving way. And then a point in your brain kicks in and he goes, no, don't do it.
Right.
Don't do it. And that's the same thing that says, do another 10 minutes on the treadmill.
Right.
Or you're working on you're doing the monologue for your show and you're tired and you want to watch TV, but no. Let's give it a little more time. You got a book. There's a date. It's got to be published.
Never phoned in 1 minute. 1 minute. I've never phoned in 1 minute of politically incorrect, real time, 33 years on TV. That you can't get me on.
No, But
once in a while,
I can tell.
I do, yes, you're right. Mostly, but what I usually tell myself in those moments is, I know you want to give in to the, short term, save it for when you really need it.
Right.
Because sometimes you do really need it.
Right.
Sometimes you have to give in.
Right.
And it is the right thing to do to have the Pop-Tart.
Right.
Right, said it. Sometimes it's the right thing to have the Pop-Tart.
Well, what I'm saying is the diet is an everyday sort of exercise. It's gravity. It's always on top of you. And it never goes away. And you don't know how many times a day you discipline yourself to go. I mean, I can't tell you how many. I work with young people, and I'm there during the day, and they go, we're going to the Habit, or we're going to In-N-Out Burger, we're doing a lunch run. You want anything, boss? And I go, fuck yes, I do. That's what my brain thinks. Like, I want a fucking double and fries smothered in shit. And I go, no, I'm good.
I'm in a restaurant, the waiter says, would you like a drink to start?
Right.
Yeah, I'd like it.
Right.
But I'm not going to order it.
Right.
Because I don't drink except here.
And then dessert, me too. That's why I'd appreciate not taking 3 years off, by the way, because I need a pop. But no, and then dessert. We got key lime pie. And you're like, but So I think Ozempic is great for weight loss, but bad for discipline.
You're so right. I've made the same point as much as I can. And boy, of all the third rails you can touch in America, this is the one that they just cannot accept. You cannot be honest about obesity. And it's like, first of all, I never do the cheap jokes about it. And believe me, those jokes are submitted. I could. I'm just trying to state the facts. And say it outright. And I remember, James Corden, you remember that, when he went after me? And you probably defended me. You have been, before I get too stoned to forget to mention this, you've been so supportive of our little enterprise here, and we appreciate it so much.
Well, you're telling the truth, and you're
as are you. I mean, but it's very appreciated because, it's so hard to not be on one of the extremes.
Yes.
To not have a team. I mean, it just really sucks, and especially in this town where everyone's on one team, and it's not. I mean, as I always say to my woke friends, we voted for the same person. You're just why she lost.
Right.
And they do not like that.
Right.
They are very exclusionary.
Yes.
They really just don't want to breathe the same air if you're not exactly with the groupthink.
Yes, which is
while they're not that bright.
I know, and it's counterintuitive to me because I always feel like you should be looking for things you agree on, not looking for things you disagree on, and it just makes life so much easier and so much better. And it's almost like saying, look. We'd like to go out to dinner. Let's not try to figure out what food you hate and I love. Let's try to figure out the food we both love, and let's go enjoy ourselves.